Welcome to the training about how to find clients as a bookkeeper. So, one of the things that we're going to find ourselves always needing to do is finding clients for our business. What I want to do in this training is I want to show you practical, clear ways that I know work personally, I know work for my students, and also when I spend time with other business leaders who are in their businesses and are also trying to find leads for their businesses, these are the number one ways that they find clients. And so I want to reiterate what I'm going to teach you today. It may seem very simple, but we need to be reminded of this periodically, especially when we're in the books working on everybody's books and just trying to get the paperwork done. What I'm going to show you today is something that we need to be reminded of, and you can take action on this today with finding clients. So I'm going to move into that. Okay. So, number one, we need to be telling everyone that we're in business. We need to be building those relationships. Okay. Our goal for most of us is to have a virtual bookkeeping practice to where we're not having to meet people face to face to do those services. And I have been able to do that with quite a few of my clients virtually. Now, the one thing I have found is, though, a lot of my clients are still close in proximity to me. So, what that means is I'm going to give you three places that you can go. And if you're intentional with these three places, if you're intentional with building relationships, you're going to be able to continue to have a flow of bookkeeping clients. The number one place, and y'all, I'll poll all of my students who are in my programs, where are you getting your clients? How are you getting your clients? The number one feedback I have is word of mouth. And so these three places that I'm going to tell you to go to and to make sure they know you're a bookkeeper are going to be ones that you physically can go to, that you're going to go to anyway. Okay. Number one, a bank teller, someone who works in the bank. I want you to think about that person sitting in that teller desk, all the businesses that they know that flow through there. They know all the businesses in your local area. Okay. So my point is not to solicit or anything like that, but whenever you're purposely seeing someone week after week, they begin to get to know you. My bank tellers know who I am. They know that I handle quite a few accounts in town and know who I am. So what you can do is, if you typically do a mobile deposit for a check, just walk into your branch this time. Start going in, finding ways and reasons to go into the bank so you can have actual human conversations with them. And eventually you'll get to a point to where you'll be able to say, hey, do you know I'm a bookkeeper? You may know that by my deposits and things that I do, but if you know any business owners that may want a new bookkeeper or need a bookkeeper, send them my information. Just a general conversation like that periodically will pay you dividends back in client referrals. Okay. The number two place that most of us ladies go to is our hairdresser. Most of us sit in a chair to have our hair colored or cut or done. Okay. I know that most of us have a regular person we go to. If that hairdresser does not know that you're a bookkeeper, that you own a bookkeeping business, then you need to change that with your next appointment. Because again, think about who sits in their chair day after day. You've got spouses of business owners. You've got business owners themselves. You've got parents who have children who have business owners that sit in that hair chair. Make sure your hairdresser knows that you're a bookkeeper. Okay. This will, again, pay you huge dividends. And these three places, it may not happen today, but it may. You may get a phone call tonight after you do this and go, oh, yeah, I said something to so and so, and they really are looking for a bookkeeper. Your hairdresser. Make sure you're telling them that you are a bookkeeper. My third place that I'm going to tell you to go to is your mechanic. A lot of us have local mechanics that we use, or somewhere that you go and get the oil changed all the time, or you go and get the tires changed. Make sure they know you're a bookkeeper too. I was able to gain my mechanic as a bookkeeping client in the reason I say this and I want to tell you the story is because I realized that I wasn't telling people I was in business. My husband actually got him as a client for me. I had been going to him for years. And he didn't really know what I did. He knew I did something. I had kids and I did something with numbers. He didn't know. Well, my husband came in one day from having tires put on, and he said, by the way, you need to call the mechanic because he wants to use you as a bookkeeper. I said, what? He's like, yeah, he wants to use you as a bookkeeper. My husband was more confident in me than I was at that time. I was very new in bringing on bookkeeping clients. And so what he did, my husband lifted my confidence, number one. And then it also opened my eyes to realize that there were people that I was interacting with monthly, maybe not daily, but monthly or every other month, that had no clue that I was a bookkeeper. So, ladies, tell your mechanics that you're a bookkeeper too. They may not want you necessarily as their bookkeeper. They may have somebody they're happy with, but they have lots of cars. They have lots of business owners that are flowing through their businesses that need bookkeepers. So, these three places, okay, bank teller, hairdresser, mechanics, make sure that they know that you are open for business as a bookkeeper. Once you do this, it may take a little bit of time for the fruit to become, to be seen, but you will begin to get referrals or leads or contacts that you can communicate with and go, okay, what do you have? What do you need? Where are you at? So that you can determine if where your bookkeeping business is right now, you would be able to serve them. Hope this helps you. Again, it is simple, but I am learning the more years I'm in business that the good old basic business principles work the best. Things don't have to be fancy. Things don't have to be hard to build our bookkeeping business with clients. We make it harder than it needs to be in our mind. And I'm guilty. I have done it over and over and over again. But I'm here to coach and lead you. And this is what I want to impart to you in this training is that we need to be telling everyone that we're in business because our goal is to gain clients. If we don't have clients, we don't have income in our business. So make sure you're telling everyone that you're in business, specifically these three places. Okay. And this is going to fuel your business with recurring bookkeeping clients.